Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me for this presentation, Library 101, Part 1. We will get started in one moment. Hello, once again, thank you for joining us for today's presentation. My name is Jody, and I am the library programmer at the Fredericksburg branch. I have worked for the library for many years and have seen my fair share of questions. This presentation and part 2, which is set to premiere on August 28th at noon, covers some of my most frequently asked questions. Now, that doesn't mean that I've not been asked other questions or that I don't still welcome these questions to be asked again and again. Once again, we are here to help as best as we can to everyone in our community, and we're glad that you are part of that community. So thank you for being part, and thank you for being here again. Okay, so our first question, what is the difference between a library and a library system? Well, a library is a single branch that is self-contained building and doesn't share resources or services outside of itself. An example of a single branch library is the Salem's Library that is located in the Front Royal, Virginia. A library system is made up of 2 or more library branches that share resources and services. Systems can be across multiple counties or cities, or even in just one county or city. Prince William has a library system contained in one county, while the Central Rappahannock Regional Library, often referred to as CURL, and is what I will be referring to as for the rest of today, has branches across 3 counties and 1 city. How many libraries are in the CURL library system? We currently have 9 branches, what individual libraries are called, 2 satellite branches. These are branches open once a week in areas with low access. 1 multimedia branch called Idea Space, and the Administration Center, which contains our administration offices and more. So here are our branches. City of Fredericksburg, we have the Fredericksburg Branch Library. And yes, if you remember us being another name, up until before 2020, we were the headquarters library. And we also had the multimedia branch, which is called Idea Space. Spotsylvania, they have the Salem Church branch, the Snow branch, the Town Center branch, the Library Administration Center, which we normally refer to as LAC, and the satellite branches, Partlow and Belmont. Stafford County has the Porter branch and the Howe branch, which many of you probably remember was originally called England Run. It was changed a couple of years back due to when Bill Howe was retiring, because he was one of the people that helped us get that branch going. It is also now home to our access services. And finally, we have Westmoreland County, which has the Cooper branch, the Montrose branch, and the Newton branch. Okay, question 3. What should I get a library card? What do I need a library card for? Well, while we are a system that is not as adamant that everyone has to have a library card to get in through our doors, they are still really cool, and we recommend, if you can easily get one, to get one. Okay, what do you need a library card for? Well, you need it for checking out the items, which are the physical and the electronic. You will need it for using certain databases off library premises. So if you ever are on our resource page and you see that the link has a little library card next to it, that means that if you have a library card, you can access that service off of our premises. And also, if you would like to use our meeting rooms. Now, what can you do without a library card? As we know, not everyone is able to get a library card at this time, but they would still like to use us. So this is what you can do without getting one. You can use our computers, printing, copying, and faxing. You can use it for accessing our databases while at a library, and you can also use it for our study rooms. And if you can easily get one and you don't have one, why should I get one? It's, of course, for using materials off-site. And it also helps with funding for all things, including non-library card items. So if you only come in and use this for a computer or for printing, it still helps us if you get the library card, because it shows how that we have so many people with library cards, and that really helps to show usage. Number 4, who can get a library card? Everyone. Well, not everyone. Unfortunately, it is still only humans only. I know. I would love for my dogs to be able to get a library card as well. And it is free for anyone who lives, works, or attends school in our jurisdictions, which again are City of Fredericksburg, counties of Spotsylvania, Stafford, and Westmoreland. And anyone in one of our reciprocal agreement areas, which you can also get a free card at these too, which are the counties of Caroline, Culpeper, Fauquier, Orange, and Prince William. For everyone else, it is $30 per year or $15 if you're 62 or over. This is good for 1 year, and it allows the same access as a regular card would. So we don't have like restrictions, like you can't use certain, like you can't check out certain books or anything with the card. Number 5, what happens if I lose my physical card? First of all, don't worry. We do not fine you or do anything if you lose the card. We understand that things happen. So you can either get a new physical card. It will not have the same barcode. And this only will affect if you use the Overdrive Libby, because those accounts are linked to that barcode. So you would have to have your accounts merged by one of the adult service department heads. These are options also for everyone else, even if you still do have your physical card. The mobile app, it has a virtual library barcode. There's a picture of it right next to what it shows. You can see there's a little barcode icon. You click on that, you get your barcode. Know your library barcode. You can use this you can type it in at the express checkout kiosks to check out books if you know your card by heart. No, I do not know mine, but there are some people that do. And you can just use your name or ask for your barcode. So if you want to check out at the in-person checkouts, you can give your name. They will probably ask for a little more identifying information, such as middle initial or phone number. And if you ask us for your barcode, we can provide it for you either in person, on the phone, or on our online chat /emails. You will need your barcode at least once if you're setting up a librarypoint.org account. After that, you can use the username that you must get. Even if you only want to use your library barcode, you have to still have a username, and you can just use that there. Number 6, how many items /books can I have checked out? For physical items, you can have 400 items checked out. This includes books, DVDs, and audiobooks, and you can have 250 items on hold. Unfortunately, we have just had a cutback in both our Overdrive and Hoopla that will start as of tomorrow, August 1st. So with Overdrive and Libby, you can have 6 items checked out and 6 items on hold. And Hoopla, you can have 3 checkouts per month, but there is no waiting with that, so there are no holds. Are there endless copies of ebooks and audios? With Hoopla, yes. They have books, audiobooks, music, and television movies. They do not always have the latest bestsellers, but they have several, and they are not tied to our catalog, so you have to go to Hoopla itself to search to see what they have, unlike with Libby, which you can search in our regular librarypoint.org catalog. I do apologize. With Libby, no, each item has to be rented individually. The rentals depend on the item. Some are done based on a time frame, others by number of checkouts. So an item, we can have it until it reaches it's a year or two, or until it reaches a certain number of checkouts. After that, to get it, we would have to again pay for the fee for it. More popular and best-selling items are often more expensive is another thing. So why we don't have endless copies of the latest bestseller. That is why the price for us is often much higher than the price shown on Kindle on Audible simply due to the fact that we'll have multiple users instead of the single user that used on a personal account. 8, how long can I check out an item for? Most items can be checked out for 2 weeks. These are books, audiobooks, e-materials, and library of things items. Some items can only be checked out for 1 week. These are DVDs, Tech on the Go, and the Binge Pass on Hoopla. There are other exceptions also. Book Group in a Bag, they check out for 6 weeks, and they are in a completely separate part of our website. You can't do it like you can with your regular librarypoint.org account. And the Hoopla and ebooks and e-audios check out for 3 weeks. And the television and movies on Hoopla check out from 48 to 72 hours. This depends on the publisher. All right, continuing. Items can be renewed except for Tech on the Go, Hoopla, and Book Group in a Bag if it has no hold on it. Renews for the max period from the day of renewal. It does not add 2 weeks onto the in period. So it will just renew from 2 weeks from the day you have it on hold. You cannot renew if there is an active hold on it, even if there are copies checked in until hold is fulfilled. We will get into what an active hold is later on in this presentation. You can renew an item up to 200 times if no hold is on it. And this is for physical items only. Overdrive Libby items cannot be renewed until about 3 days before they are due. In Hoopla, you can just automatically check out an item again if you haven't maxed out on your checkouts for that month. Question 9, are there fines? No. As of 2023, Curl has gotten rid of fines for all late items. No fines encourages more people to use the library/checkout items. We were finding out that a lot of people said they were not using us because they had a fine, even a small fine, and they felt apprehensive to use us again. And a lot of libraries are following suit with this. However, though, fees can still be added for damaged or lost items. And then question 10, does no fines mean I can keep my items? No, we still need you to return your items, especially if they have holds on them. You can try to renew if the item doesn't have an active hold. And ebooks and audiobooks will automatically return on their due dates. So if you're someone that has trouble not being able to get on time and such, you can always try ebooks if that is the fear that's keeping you from reading, because those ones, you can't lose them, you can't damage them, and you can't turn them in late. And then what are lost fees? After about 3 months, an item that is overdue becomes lost. The price of the item is added to your account. After 6 months, a debt collection fee of $7 will be added. Return the item, lost fees go away, not the debt collection, though. Unfortunately, we cannot get rid of that one because we have to pay it. So unfortunately, you will have to pay it if you get to that point. And too many lost fees equals not being able to check out, use express checkouts. Question 11, what happens when I put an item on hold? Now, we have a lot of people that think that the minute they put an item on hold, it pops up on my computer and we jump up and we go and get the book and we bring it to the hold section. Well, we would love to be able to have the manpower to be able to do that. We unfortunately cannot. We do get thousands of holds a day across all of our branches. So this is the system that we have to work with. Item that is checked out on order, not at your library, you will be added to a holds list, which puts your name on a list in our system. When the item is returned and yours is the first active hold, the item will be sent to your branch of choice. Item on shelf at a branch. It is added to a pull list that is run about 3 times a day. Once the item is checked in, it will be sent to the branch of your choice. If needed earlier, you can call and ask us to pull the book for you. You will, though, have to actually contact us. Like I said, unfortunately, we cannot do it with each item. Once an item is on the hold shelf at the branch of your choice, you have 7 days to pick it up. If email is on file, we will send you an email. You can check your account at librarypoint.org or call and ask us for your status. And this is also, I want to emphasize, they are still on hold for you when they're on the hold shelf. They're not checked out for you. You will still need to check them out before you leave. Question 12. What does pause hold mean? How do you pause a hold? Now, an active hold, you want the book as the earliest possible time you can get it. Pause hold, you want the book after a certain time. This is good for if you're going on vacation, you have a lot of books on hold, or you're in a book group and you don't want it till a certain time. Of course, it can be used for any other reason that you have, but these are just some of the common ones. How do you pause a hold? You can call us, come in, we can do it if you don't want to use your librarypoint.org account or the app. But it can be done from your librarypoint.org account. You just click pause hold and you choose the date. You'll also notice it will say pause hold when it is an active hold in that little purple box. If you actually have it paused, it will say resume hold and have a little blue box next to your position showing you that it is paused. We get a lot of people that are very confused by this because they assume when they see pause hold, it means it's paused. No, it will actually say pause on the status. If it is an active hold, it will either say not ready, transit, or ready if it is ready for you. All right, that is the end of our presentation for today. Once again, we have more questions that will be answered on our August 28th presentation, which is part 2, which including our most asked question in the library. Again, if you have questions, please feel free to either ask them to any staff member, and we will do our very best to answer. And I hope that you enjoyed this presentation today, and I hope you learned something. And if not, I hope you still love the library and you still want to come and use us, because we love all of our customers. So thank you again, and have a great day, and see you next month.